Hey guys, my name's Carl Golden and welcome to Golden Studios. Today we're going to be talking about Greta Van Fleet. So if you don't know already, Greta Van Fleet is an American rock band from the US. They recently released their debut album, Anthem of the Peaceful Army. Their debut single, Highway Tune, topped the Billboard US mainstream rock charts in 2017 for 4 weeks in a row, which is very cool. So the reason I've made this video is a lot of you guys have asked me my thoughts about the band, and I've been thinking about making this video for a few weeks, and I finally had some time just to sit and talk about it. The first song of theirs I heard was Highway Tune, which is probably what most people have heard. My first reaction was, of course, wow, this sounds like Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin are my idols and this can't be a bad thing at all. The riff sounded great, the band seemed really tight together, then those epic vocals come in just like Robert Plant. Hey! The second thoughts that go through my mind is, oh, this is cool, man. This is going to inspire so many kids to want to pick up the guitar and discover rock and roll. Look at classic rock bands like Led Zeppelin, Cream, blah, blah, blah. All the classics. All positive so far, so I'm very excited about this band. As I got to the end of the song, my thoughts kind of wandered to the negative side of things in terms of it sounded like a bland 3-minute Led Zeppelin song that didn't quite make the album. And obviously it's not a Led Zeppelin song, but it just has that vibe. They all seem like great musicians, they play their instruments very well, the singer sounds incredible, he's got that high-pitched voice, it's just missing that star quality that Led Zeppelin had. You can't not compare them to Led Zeppelin because they sound exactly the same. It's just the vocals, there's no escaping it. A lot of people are saying they're just a blatant rip-off of Led Zeppelin, but a lot of people don't realise that Led Zeppelin ripped off so much music. They were taking influences left, right and centre from other artists. To be honest, we all do this. We're all inspired by certain artists and we take influences and incorporate into our music. The only problem with Greta Van Fleet is they're only taking their influences from one band, maybe a couple of others, but you can really hear they're just trying to be another Led Zeppelin. They're being successful, so you can't argue that what they're doing is very cool. Well, you can. Justin Bieber's very successful. Doesn't mean his music is incredible. It's a load of crap. I think there's so much controversy in this because a lot of people who actually are true fans of Led Zeppelin, who grew up listening to their music, and then hear this wannabe band, it's kind of like, what are you doing? You're ruining this cool thing. Like, you don't have to listen to them. Nobody can truly recreate riffs by Jimmy Page, play bass lines like John Paul Jones, sing incredible vocal lines like Robert Plant, but actually saying that, this guy actually does. What about the ferocious drums of John Bonham? Do they have a John Bonham? No, they don't. Every member of this band was a virtuoso. I'm in my 30s, so I suppose I'm verging on middle age, especially as a rocker. We don't live very long. Let's face it. I remember years ago a similar thing kind of happened with the band The Datsuns for me. So I thought these guys sound just like Led Zeppelin. They're going to be the new thing. They're going to blow up. It's going to be incredible. So I went to loads of their gigs and really enjoyed their music. After a few years, it didn't really have enough substance to it, so I stopped listening. Similar to what I think with Greta Van Fleet, it's just not that special something that grabs me long enough to want to listen to the album non-stop. If I want to listen to something really cool, similar to their style, I'll go listen to Led Zeppelin because I find there's enough substance in there to get me hooked. I kind of think people who are attacking them are being a bit mean and it's unnecessary. I'm just giving my honest opinion. I don't dislike them at all, but they don't excite me because they're not bringing anything new to the table. Saying that, I would happily go and see them live. I think they'd be awesome and I'd really enjoy it. As I said before, I'd rather have a wannabe Led Zeppelin band in the charts rather than a wannabe Justin Bieber awesome pop band that Simon Cowell from X Factor has put together. At least this band is genuine. They've grown up together. They're brothers, I believe. And They write the music they want to write. So fair play to them, man. It's a very hard industry to be successful in, and they've done very well. It'll be great to see how they evolve over the next few years, how the albums progress or how they change. I think these guys might be around for a good few years. If you get people arguing about you on a large scale like this, you know you're doing something right. Let me know your thoughts about this band in the description below. I'll be interested to hear. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and click that notification button so you don't miss any of my future videos. Big thanks to these guys on my Patrons. They support me for either $5 or $7 a month and I really appreciate it. In return, they get backing tracks, they get tabs from my videos, from the past and for the future, well, as long as you support me. In the $7 tier, you guarantee that your suggestion gets in my next 100 riffs or my next 100 acoustic songs, which is most likely to be next. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. That's it for today. I'll see you in a video very soon.
My life is so complicated. You're over it.